real-time transcription, right? They call them speech-to-text transcription services. This is something that is readily available. It's not very expensive. And with AI, right, these machines can be trained. They can be trained to understand the legal terminologies that we use. They can even be trained to understand our local accents, right? So I think that a lot more can be done in this regard. So I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm having a problem with technology. Yours is better. Thank you very much, my Lord. Yes, so I hear you. You know, you said you've drawn on another jurisdiction, and these are some of the things we can do. And yes, I agree with you 100%. But you know, when you talk about referencing applications and why you still need to exhibit them, there are evidential reasons why you still need to exhibit them. So we can't jump certain things, in my humble view. My lords would perhaps want to weigh in on that before we take the next round of questions.
Taking a threat, thank you very much, Madam Chair. I was just saying to my colleague that that same point that you're making, there's the evidential part. And I'm sure we all remember that when this virtual hearing started, it was the same lawyers that raised the issue of, is it a public space as defined in the Constitution? You know, and when the Attorney General then of Lagos State went to the Supreme Court, and the issue was raised along with his other brother AGs, the court was only able to give us you know, an obiter on it, saying that there was no dispute. And so we have that problem that unless, as you said, you know, these amendments are made possibly to the Constitution or policies are in place, some of these things are going to give us a lot of problems. I was at Niji Kazim, Leonard Silk's book launch 2 days ago. And the reviewer was also talking about that you know, there's going to be issues of certification. What do we do when certain things are placed online? We know that even when we started the virtual hearings, we had hackers coming in while we were trying to stick to this public hearing. And not only that, we know that people can put documents together and form something totally different. We live in that age now. So we have to, while we want to move very swiftly into the digital age, we have to slow down and make sure that there are things in place that will ensure that some of these things are not breached, and that we can still have genuine documents. And also, we find out that even in the criminal courts, which is where I'm at, there was the issue of how do you sentence a man virtually? How do you, you know, he wants to be there. This is lawyers raising this again. He wants to be there. So, of course, my colleagues were reticent about giving judgments against defendants or convicting them virtually because they felt this issue would be raised. And so we did during COVID, which was when it started, you know, when we were able to leverage virtual hearing and we had practice directions put in place, we had a situation where many of us, I should add myself, I wasn't one of them, but many of us, let me take